Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Sorry, I've been slacking on the videos. But let's talk about last year for a little bit. We killed it last year. Tory was on a mission last year. We went 9s. We ended the year with a 630 at 113 in the 8th. Get a video for you guys for whatever reason. We went 630 at 113, and I brought it back, let it sit for like a couple weeks, and then I got a thought in my mind, let's go 5s. So we're completely changing the whole setup, guys. I get excited reaching my goals. It's a great feeling, but I think I enjoy the journey of pushing things and trying to go further. And I just think that the chase is more fun and more exciting and more of a thrill to me versus actually reaching the goal. Don't get me wrong. Reaching the goal is amazing. I mean, going 9s, going 630s in this thing last year, especially after the year we had before, an amazing feeling. Like, it's such a good feeling when you see that time slip, and it's just a huge rush. But being able to push things even further than you anticipated or what you planned on doing is an amazing feeling. Just being able to just toss on a new setup, go out there, learn it, fix some things, change some things, and just a huge learning curve to be able to change your setup and go out there, click off some times, click off some new PBs, and it's just amazing feeling. Just even every 100th or every 10th of a second, it's just a good feeling. So anytime you go out there and get a PB, and chase the PBs, it's a thrill and it's a adrenaline rush, and I just enjoy it. I do love the goals. So the next goal is 599 with this truck. It's not going to do it at its current power level or at its current weight. So we got some weight reduction things going on. We'll talk about that probably later in the video. But let's talk about what we got on the table right now. So guys, to go over to the table here, we got a lot going on. A lot of money right here that I regret spending, but when I go out there and make a pass, it makes it all worthwhile. Plus, I got a good amount of money for the stuff I sold off of Tory. The 14 mil and the injectors pretty much paid for the new fuel setup. Just had to come out of pocket a little bit more, but either way, it's still a lot of money. We got some fresh Extra G injectors. These are 400% overs. That's an upgrade from the 300s we had. And then we got an Extra G Alpha pump here. That thing is beautiful. Will not ever need to put a bigger pump or dual pumps or anything on this thing, especially for what we're doing with the truck. Like I said, guys, our goal is 5s. I probably said before, once I go 9s, I'm going to turn this thing down and go 670s. Well, obviously I lied. So now I want to go 5s. Now, 630 to 599 is a big jump. The reason I went with a bigger injector is because I don't like pushing injectors pretty far. My 300s could have did it, but being I'm on cast pistons, and I just don't want to push the 300s too far. So I'd rather get a bigger injector, turn the tuning down, turn the pulse width down, make the pistons happier, and try and just be as efficient as possible when trying to shoot for this 5-second pass. So we got some Innovative Machine hubs, brake kit. This should lose a lot of rotating mass on the wheels. That should help tremendously. And then we got a ball bearing 8096 right here. This is a VS Racing, guys. I know a lot of you guys probably hating on me for running the Chinese part, blah, blah, blah. They work, and at a fraction of the price, you really can't beat them. I'm going to try it, see how I like it. I still have my 5-blade 80, my 5-blade 85, worst case scenario. Eventually, I may put like a bullseye on it, but them things are insane. The price on those things are crazy, but you got to pay to play. But I'm going to try this out. It is a 9-blade turbine wheel. So this thing should sound pretty good and spool really well. So that's what we got on the goal is 5s. I don't know if I'm going to go right out the gate and shoot for 5s. We got a lot of stuff to do this year as far as events with the truck. I think Tory's dirt drag days are about over with. Probably the only time we're going to do a dirt drag is when we got to practice for King of the Street. We are putting Tory in King of the Street this year. We got to turn it all over to sled pulling form, something I've never done before. So that's really the only time it's probably going to be in dirt when I'm trying to practice for King of the Street, whether that's for dirt drags or for sled pulling. I've never sled pulled before, so we definitely got to get this thing probably around July-ish, get it into sled pulling form, and go out to a couple fairs and just see what we got, see what we're working with. It's going to be a huge learning curve, so I don't want to go in the king of the street just completely stupid and not know what the hell I'm doing. So definitely got to practice on that. But as far as like the fair dirt drags and stuff, Tory's really not going to be involved in that stuff. I have another truck sitting outside. That's going to be another video for you guys. That should be pretty fun for dirt. I'm trying to get out of the pushing Tory to its limits pretty much every weekend. We started off around 1,100 horsepower last year, and then we ended with 1,500 horsepower. So we were gradually increasing power. We didn't lose a lot. We came in a lot of semifinals finishes or second place finishes. We got a couple wins over the year, but I'm not going to continue to push this thing really far and not win, if you guys know what I'm saying. So I want to build another truck that's cheaper that I can beat the crap out of, and if it does something or breaks, I'm not that big of a deal on because it was cheap. Tory's extremely expensive. Everything in Tory's expensive. So just beating on it every weekend is just a recipe for disaster. Versus if I want to go out and hit a PB, I get maybe 1 or 2 passes in at the track. That's not a big deal. And then if I go out and run 670, this thing's turned down to 1,000, 1,100 horsepower, and it's no issue for it. Especially with the weight reduction things we have going on, I'd like to get this thing down to about 6,100 pounds. We're probably going to hang bedsides on it. Besides for King of Street, it's got to go back to a full bed. We're going to put the light wheel hub and brake kit on. That's probably going to lose, I think they said 75 pounds on the front, 75 pounds on the back, but also you lose a lot of rotating mass when going to that. And then Firepunk came out with a trans cross member. I think that drops like 30 pounds or something like that. It could be more, it could be less, but it's something around that area. And then hanging bedsides on it's going to lose a good bit because that bed is pretty damn heavy. So if we get this thing down to like 6,100, 6,200, even 6,000 would be awesome. I am not cutting anything inside. I'm still going to leave it factory dash. I'm keeping the AC on it. I don't drive the truck. When I originally built the engine, I thought that I was going to be driving this truck a lot on the street. Guys, I do not drive it that much. I've probably seen 200 miles on the street last year, maybe 300. The most miles this truck's going to see this year is we have a drag and drive. So that's why I'm going to keep the bed. I bought bedside just to hang them. I'll be able to take them off when need be if I have to. So a lot of things going on for Tory this year. So the 5-second pass probably isn't going to shoot to maybe the end of the season. I don't know. Knowing me, I'll probably come out right out the gate and just try and shoot for it. Maybe get like a 6.1. We went 630. I had a little bucking issue. I think I found out the issue with that, but that should have been a 620. So if I go out there and go 6.1, same power level, just weight difference, I think we're going to be able to go 5s. Absolutely no problem. So picking up a 10th or 2 in the 8th is a big deal. So we're probably going to need, if we get this thing down to 6,000 pounds, we're still probably going to need 1,700 horsepower maybe to go 590. I don't know. We'll have to go out there and just see what it does with the new setup. But I'm extremely happy. I'm extremely excited. So probably going to get the turbo on, get the injectors in, get the CP3 in. Let me go over and show you guys what I'm doing. I'm also cleaning up the engine bay because I got this thing all the way down. I polished the valve covers. It's like some condensation on them, but they were filthy. I pulled the rails out because I did have an exhaust leak in the beginning of the year. Everything was just black. Everything was dirty. So I'm just trying to clean it up, and then we'll get everything back in. I put a regulator on it and with some Harbor Freight one, so I'm definitely changing this out because water has gotten to the gauge. That was for the wastegate. It worked extremely well when we did our 630 pass, but it's just time to clean this thing up. It's had a lot of abuse last year. Dirt destroys everything. It gets in every little crevice, so we just got to get it cleaned up. But we're going to get everything thrown on. Probably not going to drive it for a couple days just because it is just nasty outside. So get all this stuff in. We go for a drive, see how it feels, see how this turbo spools up. I would love to be able to spool a turbo without damn nitrous. So that is the goal here. And then I want some that spools up pretty good on the street. The 5-blade 80 spooled up pretty good on the street. It was just racing. I pretty much had to rely on nitrous to get it to come up quick. So if this ball bearing unit comes up super quick and we don't need nitrous, that's going to be amazing. But let's get this stuff thrown on, guys, and start this thing up. Guys, it is back together. We got the 400s in there, we got 18 mil, and we got the 8096 ball bearing on it. That is like a race cover, so it tilts it all, and that is like legit hitting on there, but it is what it is. I'm gonna test this turbo out, see what it is. We're gonna start it up, but guys, there is no transmission in the truck. There is no transmission because we have some more changes going on that we're gonna swap out. Nothing was wrong with it. Fluid was still bright red. But we're going to push this thing outside and get it to run and make sure we don't got any fuel leaks. All right, guys, we got the jump pack on it. We got some sauce loading in right now. Let the system prime a little bit, and then we're going to fire this thing up. It's about 60 degrees outside today, so it should start up pretty decent. And then see what this thing sounds like. Hopefully we don't got any leaks. As of now, there is no low side leaks. When we start it up, hopefully there's no high pressure side leaks. All right, guys, so we're going to monitor rail pressure, see where that's at. The battery is dead. Now we have 2 jump packs on it. Let's see what we got. Come on, baby. Okay. Ooh, almost. Cold-blooded. Throttle. Tighten that belt. That thing's all over the place. I'll pretty much wrap up this video. Sorry we can't go for a test drive. There is no transmission in the truck. We got so many changes going in the truck. We have a race and 1 month at Diesel Truck Wars, so we got to get this thing ready within the next 3 weeks. That way we have time to go out there and get some testing in before we just go down Diesel Truck Wars, no testing. We got to get at least 1 test pass in or on the street or something. But stay tuned, guys. Next video is going to be installing the IMS brake and wheel hub kit. That was a pain in the ass. There is no instructions. There is no support. So it is very difficult. As you guys can see back here, we have the L5P. That is the new tow rig. A new video will be dropping on that very, very soon. But guys, there's going to be a lot of footage going on this season. We got a lot of events. We're competing in a lot of like major events, drag and drives, all kinds of stuff. So guys, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys next video. See ya.